The Saints calling for a timeout, their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Second down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Catch made by Alvin Kamara. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. Gets some space around midfield. And he takes it across midfield and into Panthers territory. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
It's a gain of a yard, but they needed just a couple more inches. 3rd down.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. He's going to throw this one. That's complete to Kamara. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. That's caught at the 4. Touchdown, New Orleans. Just like they drew it up in practice this week, partner, and the exact start they wanted to have in this game.
That's 100%. That's why you script and you go over these plays ahead of time. Kate, you know this. Those amazing essays you wrote at Cal. That starts that paper was so important. It set the tone for the rest of it.
Reed now to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. And his first pass falls incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Throwing from the gun here. Gets this to Sanders. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. Nice moves on the return. He gets 17 out of it. And the Saints will get set to take over. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Play action on first down. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Here's a give inside to Kamara. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on third down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here's a throw. Into the hands of Olave. Keeps on moving into the red zone. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints pull out in front further, 13-zip. Chris Olave with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Grouping adds the extra point. And the Saints drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Reed now to kick this one away. Return starts at the 9. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They're out and set, 1st and 10. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, you know, the best of them take advantage of it.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now they face second down. Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. And he gets across midfield and into Saints territory. Here's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on third down.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
He beams one deep right side. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Saints will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did.
Handoff headed right, Kamara. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Here he goes on the bootleg. That's caught. Rashid Shaheed makes the play. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it. by adding all the extra yardage.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Taken in by Shaheed. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. We're through one quarter of this opening weekend of football. It's a 2-score game early. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. We're back for the second quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Running behind center with Kamara. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Josie Jewell making that stop. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
And he'll score! Touchdown, New Orleans! The Saints pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Chris Olave with the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. Groupie's extra point is good. And the Saints stretch their lead to 21. Reed now to kick this one away. And we get to see the new kickoff rules come into play right away here in Week 1, Brock. Since it hit in the landing zone and then bounced into the end zone, the touchback only comes out to the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Complete out to the right. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you want to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
Going to the ground again on 1st. Across the 45 and still going. And they'll finally get him at the 47-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Buying some time right. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Alontae Taylor has it. And the Saints will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. On the give, it's Miller. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
It's Kamara on third down. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Back now, pressure on its way. Wow, his first real mistake, that's intercepted. Caleb Evans has it. And the Panthers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got one, we got two. Do I hear a third interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought the defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. They get it right back. That's intercepted. Pete Werner has it. And the Saints are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Oh, my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a third in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball, because these secondaries are locked in.
On 1st down, they'll run. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
On these 1st and 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, the entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
2nd and 13. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. They'll throw it. He's got Shaheed. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line.
Never eat shredded wheat. Northeast, south, and west, right, Kate? And I like on 3rd downs, north and south. You start going east to west and eating that wheat, you could run into problems just like that.
Has the direction, but not the distance. It falls just short. And the lead does not change. It's still 21 points.
You know, we get on that field in pregame, and these kickers make it look so easy. But in real action, it's a totally different animal. That was definitely on line. Just didn't quite get all of it. It's going to wind up just a few feet short.
So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Catch made by Chuba Hubbard. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Looking for a throw here. Connects with Hubbard. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Throwing it again here. Hauled in left side. And he'll go down here at the 16. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Kid, I was on the field, the young high school quarterback, just last week. And I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other, give him a chance to make a play.
Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's its second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Running with Hubbard out of the gun. And they take it across the goal line for a Carolina touchdown. The Panthers chop some of the lead off before the half. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. Right there to tack on the point after. And the Panthers get it back to a 14-point game. Right, ready to send this one away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. That finds Miller complete. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 38. He puts some power on a deep one left. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up. First time this game they've looked to him. So now they have 3rd and short. Throwing now from the gun. And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing 4th down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
First and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He throws a bullet to the center, and they pick him off again. That's DeMario Davis. And the Saints will have a shot at least a field goal here. Maybe the end zone after that return. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long, but throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
So we finished 2 quarters, a couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Up the middle, Hubbard. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Calling no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They run again with Hubbard. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. Working quickly here. They'll throw on 3rd and long. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Not on the same page with his tight end. And that'll bring up 4th down. Panthers getting everyone set for the punt. He broke 50 on his first punt and looks to have done the same here. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Call that a 64-yard punt officially. And it'll be their football. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They motion the tight end over. Here we go, 2nd and 9. He gets it to Juwan Johnson. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down. Takes the handoff, now to throw. Gets this one to Shaheed. They got 24 yards on the play. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage. Sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Throwing now on 1st down. He gets a lot behind one. Deep down, they connect on the deep shot. And all he needed was one more stride. He's at the 2-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
On the move, headed right. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints push their lead further to start the half. Group B to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Saints make it a 24-point ball game. Reed now to kick this one away. Starting at the 10. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's a give to Hubbard. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Carl Granderson in on the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the 28. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. He's able to get the target on that throw, so it'll be third down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Ball on the 45, first and 10.
First down, Panthers.
Back to throw. Oh no, they get him yet again. Kool-Aid McKinstry has... Oh, the ball is loose again. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock, but now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make him bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
Getting right back to it after that interception. That one's complete, right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They strike for 23 yards. And that gives them first and goal. Hubbard trying this up the gut. And he's able to fight this down to the 2. An 8-yard pickup, and now it's second and goal.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Panthers parlay the interception into points. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. And the Panthers leaving their guys out there. Look at this. They're trying for 2. They'll try to run it in. And he's into the end zone again, so he gets them the touchdown and the 2, and single-handedly shaves 8 points off that lead. Right, ready to send this one away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They're out and set. First and 10. Straight ahead, here's Miller. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Hey, not a bad play by any means. There's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Fits it through the middle. Avoids a defender. We've got a foot race. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Play action on first down. They'll just throw it away, but here comes the flag. There was nobody in the neighborhood of that one. No one in the area. He was still in the pocket. Seems like a pretty cut and dry intentional grounding to me.
Seems like you want to be an official someday, Kate.
Maybe.
Yeah, because you nailed that one.
They'll run here following the penalty. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
To the air, third and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home. That's Once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
1st and 10, it's Hubbard. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Sent to the ground by Pete Werner. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. We've reached the end of 3 in our week 1. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 48. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And that means 3rd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
He finds Sanders. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down. Here's Hubbard on the give. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Carolina 1st.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. On 2nd and 9. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock. But down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested captures, and he couldn't.
Tough one to retain through that hit. And that brings up 4th and long. Steadily keeping him involved in their passing game, Brock. But that throw now didn't work out the way his earlier targets have.
It kind of felt like, you could see that from the booth, this defense was sick and tired of this running back catching the ball. A whole lot more active in their coverage, and somebody was ready to finally separate the football when it arrived.
They can't connect as the coverage comes through. The 4th down stand.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
First and 10, looking to throw. He put everything he had. Big game downfield. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
Pass play on 1st and 10. This is reeled in by Kamara. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Kamara running out of the gun. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
No gain on the play. Makes it 3rd and 2.
That one's out and cut on the right side. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Counter give to Kamara. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So the Saints send out Blake Groupie for the try. Ball on the right hash, 48 yards out. Mickey kick is good. And make this a 19.3 score advantage.
I think you can call this one now, Kate. His field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
Reed now to kick this one away. Brings in the kick at the 9. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30.
Their own 29-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Back to throw. He's got it deep downfield. It's a gain of 29 yards. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. And they pick him off again. Alontae Taylor has it. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. Groupie to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints grow their lead yet again. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back to the air following the pick 6. Forced out to his right. And they pick him off again. And the Saints get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
You know, my dad was my old high school coach. He was a play caller. He was an offensive guy. And after days like this, and I remember one in particular, he'd say, son, some days peanuts, some days shells. This has been nothing but a bunch of shells for this quarterback today.
Now an inside handoff to Miller. And he gets this forward to the 19. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Saints looking like they'll start this season with a win. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Running left. This is Kamara. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. And oh, he got it. Interception. J.C. Horn to pick it off. And the Panthers will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Hubbard hauls it in. And this one gets up to the 14-yard line before he stopped.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
That one's complete over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
So it's a win for the Saints. And this isn't just any 1-0 start for them. They pick up what could end up being a key division victory to have later in this season. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Saints as we say so long from New Orleans.
Run it back. Let's run the numbers up and run it back. You see us out here getting to the bag. Run the numbers up and run it back. Run, 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 run it back. Let's run the numbers up and run it back. Oh no, when we get the bag. Yeah, don't you get too mad. Run, run it back.
Getting money, you really don't need to talk about it. Move quiet, you should try it, there's some clout around it. Chase it, and overthinking the process. Outside of the gates, spewing that nonsense. On the phone, he begging women to come out. Back to back, calling until his minutes run out. Begging for loose change and scraping to maintain. Or sipping, and playing with waist chains. I think you get the picture, we outside the frame. Get your Louis Hamilton on swerve lane to lane. On gang. We brainstorm until it rains and we drive our gang. Straight into the Hall of Fame. You need to pay attention. I was 17 and had them shipping the benzin. I was 16 eating steak with Russell Simmons. I was 15 in the basement with a vision. I could
run it back. Let's run the numbers up and run it back. Run it, run it, run it, run it back. Stuff it in your Birkin bag, cause he don't feed with that. So just run it back. Let's run the numbers up and run it back. Run, 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 run it back. We run the numbers up and run it back. Run, 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 run it
time
back.
to add to the cipher. Time is money, time to run the numbers higher. They're hustling early, it's hardwired. Photo bezel, frozen echo, black attire. $1 million make a follow a messiah. Is you a charlatan or really take them higher? We in demand, distributors and suppliers. Be getting bands and signatures on the flyers. Listen, gotta make moves if you really want it. Guess what Jews eat your food, that's how they be on it. It's a must that we hustle today and escape from round table discussing the way that we get to the rack. Matter the game that you play, I'm just stating the facts. The aim of the game to be caking and making the max. I was 20 with a stack, 19 with a plaque, 18 neck icy with my Kango hat. I told him,
Run it back. Let's run the numbers up and run it back. You see us out here getting to the bag. Run the numbers up and run it back. Run, 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 run it back. Let's run the numbers up and run it back. Oh no, when we get the bag. Yeah.
Fresh out the Fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black, slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. Ay, break down, stay down, look what I make now. Hit boy, earthquake, boy, it's a shakedown. I done so much work, they think it's fake now. Big fish, every beat is just bait now. Got rich, some switch, they try to hate now. Leave, I'm straight, I got a rake now. Need cheese, cash app, been more PayPal. Turned up to the max, I'm finna break down. Flow water, big trip, boy, this a gray cloud. Highlights, ball is life, my whole take wow. Big boss, hella chicken, I feel like Rick Ross. Why you going so damn hard? They got me off. These new can't with me. If I do a song with you, that's a luxury. Hit boy, work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step on my Crocs, D's. Fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black, slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. These new can't with me. If I do a song with you, that's a luxury. If hit boy work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step on my Crocs, these luxury. Luxury. Ha, these luxury. Ha, luxury. Ha, ha, they can't with me. Slow it. I ain't finna stop till they make the rap blow it. Shout out, y'all, she was with me at my lowest. Best baby daddy in the world, and you know it. I thought that I was done, he said hop back in. Made it to the lead, this is not Pac-10. Headline set, that's a big back end. Let the beat drop, bring that back in. Fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black, slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. Ay, these no can't with me. If I do a song with you, that's a luxury. If hit boy work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step on my Crocs, these luxury.
Bottles and believe we back in business. This is highly recommended. It's for all of my pushing the limit. Mile high got me over here the flight attendant.
Yeah, I've been around the world and and seen them thing that I can't buy. See, reaching these type of heights, it come with a third eye. I'm better at betting on me, the numbers don't lie.
That's how we rollin'. You know them gold diggers. Want to pick at a litter, burying them hidden figures. I keep them triple hitters, call them silverback gorillas. Going 8-8, and you know ain't nobody. What up?
Showtime. Yeah, this is the big ticket. Culture Cop Town. I'm talking that King Richard. This like a movie, I'm seeing the bigger picture. These fellas are Cinderellas, I'm crushing them glass slippers.
On sight, I give you the green light. It's all bark, we all bite.
You gambling with your life? Well, let's roll the dice.
Piece of problems if this dog in a fight.
That's right.
I'm just tryna get
Legendary.
open the wide.
Sounding like
I just I pull up with a few.
we can't arrange that.
Dropping out of the blue.
You know what that.
All I wanna do is and just take your money. All I wanna do is and just take your money.
Hip-hop took this globe.
We done did it.
Wanna see a mogul? We showing you how to pivot. Got this from DMC. Let's run with it. Took the fundamentals and having some fun with it.
These songs, King Kong, my team strong. Godzilla set fire to whatever I breathe on. Got the killers in choir all singing my theme song.
I could never do this alone. Still Dre, still on top, still got it. The Sonic still iconic, they still the product. I seen the money coming, I showed you that I'm a prophet.
And I'm riding shotgun in case get out of pocket. Why you wanna press the issue? You need to stop and keep a lawyer on retainer for depositions and dockets. Back to the topic in case you forgot it. Anonymous head bobbing, baby, keep that poppin'.
Baby, I'm just tryna get
Legendary.
open the wide.
Sounding like
I just I pull up with a few.
we can't arrange that.
Dropping out of the blue.
You know what that.
All I wanna do is and just take your money. All I wanna do is and just take your money.
That's how I be happy. It's for all my not abandoned. For my ladies on stage, they clapping. Transaction, cause your mama need a mansion. Get crackin', put them in the. Can't forget the yellow brother in. Shed so many tears, lost 100 friends. time I see them, I'ma need that. Believe that. Label tryna give me feedback. Tell me bring the streets